Today's video we're going to be learning how to strum a guitar. We're going to be going over a couple of basic strumming patterns, two specifically and then one a little bit more advanced. The first two are just going to be kind of getting our feet wet, learning how to play along with a click. The third one is going to be a little more complex, but it's not so complex that it's out of reach. A couple things you're going to need to do this. First of all, you're going to need a guitar. Second of all, you're going to need a pick. Third of all, and this is not required, but I highly recommend it, use a metronome. Get a metronome. You can buy one. You can actually download apps on your phone. I personally use a Google metronome. You can just go to Google and just type in metronome and it'll pop up and it'll be a little sliding scale that you can just adjust and push play and it'll click for you. That's all you need is a click. So I've got my metronome right now set at 88 BPM. I would recommend starting slow. I wouldn't start any faster than that, especially if you're brand new. If you're a beginner guitar player, I would recommend practicing very slow. You want this stuff to be drilled into your head. You want this stuff to become second nature and almost instinct, like an instinct. You don't want this to be something you're thinking about, especially strumming patterns. This is not something you need to be thinking about. Also, not going to be using chords for the first two. I'm just going to be muting the strings like this. That's all you're going to hear. You're going to hear a click and you're going to hear a strumming pattern. So, let's get into it. So the first one is just going to be downstrokes. So you're just going to be going like that. So we set our metronome up. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You do that until you hate the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4. You just practice that over and over again. Practice that for several minutes a day. It's like I said, especially if you're a beginner, just practice that. Practice until you got it, then move it up a little faster. And then just keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. So the second one, again, it's going to be set at 88 BPM. I'm going to be doing a combination of downstrokes and upstrokes. So I'm still going to be hitting on 1, 2, 3, 4, but I'm also going to be hitting 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, just like that. So let's get into it. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 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 3 and 4. So once you've got that down, and again, do it until it's just something you're not even thinking about. I would also recommend counting out loud with it, because all that's doing is it's going to engage so many things in your brain and in your body, and what you really want with playing music, whether it be drums, whether it be guitar, whether it be bass guitar, what you really want is like independence. You want, I think there was a book written for drummers called 4-Way Coordination. You want kind of independence between everything you're doing. You don't want to be playing and thinking about what you're doing while you're singing or while you're doing something else. If you're pedal dancing or something, you don't want to be thinking. You want to be thinking about as little as you possibly can. And strumming is one of those things you don't really want to be thinking about. It should just be a second nature, because you're really going to be feeling the rhythm, and you're just going to be playing, almost subconsciously along with whatever you're playing. But you got to get the basics down before you can move on to that. So work on those. Remember, down, down, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Do that over and over again. That's for beginners. Move on to a little bit more advanced. So now, the official strumming pattern you're going to be learning is down, 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 up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, down. You've heard this before. It's really popular. It's played in a lot of contemporary pop music or modern rock, whatever. It's all over the place. It's a very common strumming pattern. There's always variations of it, but it's all kind of centered and based around this one kind of fundamental idea. So I'm going to play some chords along with it, and you're going to probably recognize it. I got my metronome set to 88 beats per minute. Let's try it. Remember, down, 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 down. So there you go. If you didn't catch that, that was Wonderwall by Oasis. Moved down, played in a different key, but it's the same thing, same chord progression. So very common, very popular strumming pattern. It's used a lot. If you get that and you master that, then it kind of opens up a whole other world to you. Like I said, it's really for beginners, so just if you're starting out, I really highly recommend doing this, and really recommend playing with a metronome. Don't ever not practice with a metronome. Always make that a part of your practice routine. I still use a metronome. I've been playing 25 years. I still play with a metronome. I still put a click on, and I'll practice something for 5 or 10 minutes just so it stays fresh, just so the idea stays fresh. I really hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, please hit like, please hit subscribe, hit the little bell. I look forward to getting to know you. Keep practicing, and we'll see you next time. Bye.